So inshallah, this video I want to share with you three things. Number one is going to be China. They have come up with this advanced new radar. Number two, I'll share with you what is happening in Saudi Arabia one more time. It's just going crazy. Saudi Arabia, all the end of sign time, all the alamat, they are being seen in Saudi Arabia. Number three thing that I want to share with you also is going to be what is happening, dear brothers and sisters, in Palestine, in Jerusalem. I want to first focus on this one first. If you take a look at this one, subhanallah, they are now saying, China, they are now saying they have the Terminator of drones. Okay, so this is a new type of drone that you have never seen before. Something China is very, very boastful about. Let's take a listen at this news report, and inshallah we can make a few more comments.
Every year, the Pentagon is required to paint a picture for Congress on the potential threat posed by China. This year's paints a military on the rise and gaining on the United States. Some key statistics. China's Navy is the biggest in the world. It's
the biggest Navy in the world, dear brothers and sisters, like the biggest Navy in the world. I mentioned in the past, if you have a naval force that is very, very powerful, it means most likely you will be dominating your enemies. So China, by having this huge naval force, the biggest, subhanallah, but they're not the advanced. I think US would be number one in terms of technology and equipment, and the number of fleets and the number of soldiers they have. Number of Navy forces they have, the amount of money they spend. I think US is still number one, but still China is catching up. They are now becoming, they have actually become the largest Navy force in the world. Subhanallah, this is
Army,
crazy.
The largest by far. The report alleges that China is looking to expand by building bases around the world, and it says that it has 200 nuclear warheads and wants to double that number in a decade.
As the report notes, within the next decade, China is on course to expand its
no doubt that China is going to catch up. China is going to be the biggest, the most advanced naval force in the world.
Observers say
there is no doubt about that. It must like look at this. This is, I believe, U.S. Navy. But this will not matter to China in the next, decade or so. These things will be like toy for China. Like, oh, don't even care. Like, we have so much more.
The U.S. is likely to use this to try and push China to join a trilateral nuclear deal that would also include Russia. Although Beijing has said, given that it has only a fraction of the U.S. arsenal, such a deal would be unnecessary.
Okay, so what U.S. right now they are wanting is that U.S. wants China to become part of the, nuclear non-proliferation deal they have between U.S. and Russia. U.S. now wants China to be also included in that because U.S. sees China becoming so powerful that they need to include China as well. If they don't, then all this, pact, the deal they make will be worthless because China is now becoming the superpower like crazy, just crazy. Take a listen more, inshallah. We'll make a few more comments and then inshallah we'll move on to the news about Saudi Arabia, the Mahdi sign that we talk about. So let's finish this one first, inshallah.
They were not just reluctant, but refused to really show any interest in signing on to a...
Of course, China says, no, we are not interested. Thank you, but no thanks. China says to US, no, we don't want, because you have so much more weapon arsenal than us. Why should you include us? China is saying, no, we are still tiny. We are a little baby now. Don't worry about us. So China said, no, we are not going to be part of that nuclear deal that you guys have between you and Russia. So this is incredible.
Follow-on agreement to the treaty between Russia and the United States before tensions deteriorated. But of course, when you're shouting at each other, then that makes agreeing to do anything that much harder.
This is an annual report, but it is being released at a time where the relationship between the U.S. and China is severely strained, but also as the Defense Department is justifying its own budget to Congress. The Pentagon is expected to get more than $740 billion for next year. That is more than 3 times what China is believed to spend on its military. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera.
Okay, so now let's move on to this news. So a brother, he sent me this picture. This is a snow dune, looks like, in Saudi Arabia. As I said, dear brothers and sisters, Saudi Arabia, they are seeing a lot of signs, and Allah alam why, but most of the hadith that talks about the end of time signs have come true in Saudi Arabia. Okay, they have come true in Saudi Arabia. I do not know why it is Saudi Arabia or UAE or the Arab countries, but looks like the prophecies about the end of time, most of them are being fulfilled in the Middle East. The rest of the world, maybe Rasulullah, when he prophesied, though the rest of the world, his prophecies were not included in the sense that, this is exactly, it's hard to put really any word on that, because wallahi, like the prophecies that talks about the rest of the world, okay, not just Saudi Arabia, would be a prophecy, for example, how the Western woman or the man will dress, right? Anisa and Asiyatu Kariya. Rasulullah said the woman will dress, yet they will be naked. So those hadiths, those prophecies, they talk about what will happen outside the Arabian Peninsula, and also including the Arabian Peninsula, that women will be dressed, but yet they will be naked. But wallahi, most of the hadith that we know, the rest of them, they are coming true in Saudi Arabia and also in UAE. So let's take a look at this one, because this is another prophecy that is coming true right in front of us. So basically they are showing this earth, this map. As you can see, this is Saudi Arabia. Now they have this sand dunes, snow dunes in Saudi Arabia, in Taif desert. And dear my sisters, this was a video that was sent to me by a brother through email. If you do find any email like that, any picture, any video like that, you can always email me, inshallah. Look, snow dunes in Saudi Arabia. This is crazy. Rasulullah, he said in hadith, لا تقوم الساعة حتى تود الأرض عرب مروجا وأنهار. The hour will not be established. لا تقوم الساعة حتى تود الأرض عرب مروجا وأنهار. The hour will not be established until the land of the Arab will become muruja وأنهار, luscious green and flowing river. And the Tawd al-Arab basically referred to going back to its original state. Before the Arabian country, during the Ice Age, I mentioned that in my other video, it was all icy. So it is going back to where it started. Subhanallah. Look at this. Look at this. So this is, subhanallah, another alama that we see right in front of us. That at the end of time is indeed the coming of the Mahdi, Dajjal, Yajuj and Majuj, like those things. Wallahi, they are knocking on our door. Subhanallah, almost. I mean, we have to be prepared. We are not saying they will come in 1 week or 2 years or 5 years. We are just saying that we need to be prepared. So this is what is happening right now in Saudi Arabia. Now, the last video that I want to share with you is going to be about this one. Look at this, what is happening in Jerusalem. Subhanallah, this is crazy. So basically these people, the Yahudi, they are shouting against the Muslims. They are making it very hard for the Muslims to pray during the month of Ramadan in Al-Quds. They have big problem with the Muslims there. Dear brothers and sisters, we need to make dua for the place. It's a holy land for all of us, the Jew, the Christian, and also the Muslim. But at the same time, because we follow the true religion, the haqq that we follow, we have a special and a very unique responsibility to be more concerned about the injustice that is being taking place in that part of the region, because we will be held accountable. If we are not able to fight this injustice, at least we need to raise our voice and say enough is enough. This is not something we should tolerate. These brothers and sisters, they're going to the masjid to pray, but the Yahudi, they do not want them to come and pray and observe their siyam, their qiyam in the month of Ramadan. So this is something very, very unfortunate, but it's not really surprising. Wallahi, it's not surprising. It happens all the time, but very unfortunate. We need to raise our voice. We need to let the brothers and sisters know in Palestine and also all over the world that we are with you. We will not tolerate any injustice. I mean, wallahi, their country, they're totally okay. Their government, Likud party, Netanyahu, they're totally okay with this kind of madness. But the rest of the world, they're condemning it. You know, Joe Biden, U.S. president, he condemned this act. So we need to do that. We need to raise our voice and say, you guys cannot stop the Muslims from coming to the Masjid Al-Aqsa and pray, especially during the month of Ramadan. Again, complete and a blatant oppression happening in front of our eyes. Jazakallah khair for tuning in, dear brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.